April 7, 1945. East China Sea. 12:30 p.m. The horizon erupts in smoke as American carrier aircraft dive toward the largest battleship ever built. Below them, the Japanese super battleship Yamato plows through the waves, surrounded by cruisers and destroyers. Anti-aircraft fire fills the sky. Every pilot knows the odds. Few expect to return. Then something impossible happens. One squadron attacks from an angle Japanese gunners are not prepared for. Torpedoes slam into the same side of the battleship in rapid succession. The massive warship begins listing faster than anyone thought possible. Minutes later, escort ships are burning, explosions ripple across the fleet, and thousands of sailors are fighting for their lives. How can a single change, one never officially approved, help turn one airstrike into one of the most devastating naval defeats in history? To understand how a mechanic's forbidden modification helps make this moment possible, we have to go back. Months before the attack on Yamato, American Navy aircraft face a dangerous problem. Their torpedoes are deadly, but Japanese anti-aircraft defenses are even deadlier. To score a hit, pilots must fly low, straight, and dangerously close to enemy ships, making them easy targets. Among the maintenance crews, one experienced mechanic believes there is a better way. Working with combat pilots, he begins experimenting with a simple but unauthorized adjustment to the torpedo release system. The modification is never part of official Navy specifications. It is improvised in the field, tested quietly, and passed from squadron to squadron because it works. The altered system allows pilots to release torpedoes at higher speeds and from safer positions without sacrificing accuracy. What begins as a risky idea quickly earns the trust of aviators whose lives depend on every second they spend under enemy fire. Senior officers initially resist the change. Military regulations exist for a reason, and unauthorized modifications can cost lives if they fail. Yet combat has a way of rewarding results over paperwork. By the spring of 1945, several carrier air groups are using the improved technique during major operations in the Pacific. When Operation Tengo begins, Yamato leaves Japan on what is essentially a one-way mission toward Okinawa. American reconnaissance spots the fleet, and hundreds of carrier aircraft race to intercept it. As wave after wave of bombers and torpedo planes attack, the modified release method gives pilots precious seconds of survival. Torpedoes strike with remarkable effectiveness, concentrating damage on one side of the giant battleship. The ship's crew struggles to counter the flooding, but the list becomes uncontrollable. Within roughly 15 minutes of the heaviest attacks, multiple escort ships are crippled or sinking, and Yamato is mortally wounded. Eventually, the battleship explodes in one of the largest non-nuclear blasts ever witnessed at sea, sending a mushroom-shaped cloud thousands of feet into the sky. A battlefield innovation born in a maintenance area, never intended to become official doctrine, has helped reshape one of the Pacific War's final and most decisive naval battles. When the smoke clears, Yamato, the light cruiser Yahagi, and several destroyers lie at the bottom of the East China Sea. More than 3,000 Japanese sailors lose their lives, and the Imperial Japanese Navy effectively ceases to exist as a fighting force.